Good morning, class. Today we are going to discuss about your next topic, that is food preservation. Okay. Now, see, in this lecture we will discuss about what is food preparation, why does food get spoiled, and how can we preserve our food. Okay, now first of all, what is spoiling of food? See, you must have seen that our fresh fruits and vegetables get spoiled after some time. What is that spoiling and how does it happen? See, for example, this is your banana, right? See, after 2 or 3 days, you will see that this banana will turn black. Okay, right? If we not preserve it, if we not put it in the environment where it can be fresh, right? So after some times it will be whole black. Like, see, you can see this part, right? All of this, right? This part. See, it is basically spoiling. That means we cannot eat it. Right? After sometimes when it will turn black, we cannot eat it. See, this is your spoiling of food. After sometimes when you are not able to eat the fruits or vegetables, that means the food is spoiled. You cannot eat that food. For example, see, this is a healthy tomato, right? You can eat this tomato. This is a fresh tomato. But after 2 or 3 days, when you have not put it into the refrigerator, what happens is, see this part. See, you cannot eat this part, right? So this is your spoiling. See, this part has been spoiled, right? You cannot eat this part. This is called spoiling of food. Okay, this is your spoiled food. The food which cannot be eaten after some days is called spoiled food, right? And now, see, how does this spoiling occur? How did it happen? How did it reach up to this stage? See, it happens because of the moisture and warmth present in the air. See, if we do not put the tomato into the refrigerator, what will happen if we leave it in the atmosphere, in the air, right? What will happen? The moisture or the bacteria, the warmth present in the air will spoil this food, right? For example, bacteria or germs will start growing in this and they will spoil the food. So this is your spoiling of food. And to stop this spoiling, food preservation is done. Okay, so what is basically food preservation? It is the method by which we can stop spoiling of food. Okay, food preservation is the method by which we can stop spoiling of food. Now, how can we stop spoiling of food? What are the various methods which are involved in food preservation? The various methods which are involved in food preservation are: first is your refrigeration. See, what is refrigeration? When we buy fruits and vegetables, first thing we do is we wash those vegetables and fruits, right? And second thing is that we put those fresh fruits and vegetables into the refrigerator so that there is no warmth present in the refrigerator. See, the temperature is very low, it is very cold in the refrigerator. See, that cold helps in preserving the fruits and vegetables. So, what we do basically, we put the fresh fruits and vegetables into the refrigerator to make it frozen, right? For example, some foods are packed. For example, your frozen peas, right? Those are packed food, and when the peas are not in season, they are put into the refrigerator, right? And after taking out, you can boil it and you can use it. So, this is how food preservation is done by the refrigeration method. Basically, by making the food frozen. Okay, by freezing your food. Okay, next is drying. See, what is drying means? It means that we are taking the moisture out from the substances or from the fruits and vegetables. See, in drying, what we do basically, for example, your methi leaves, right? What we do sometimes, we dry those leaves in the sun and we can use those leaves afterwards, right? For example, it happens with the cauliflower also, right? We use those after drying, right? What is basically happening in the dry? See, you are taking the moisture out, and we know that moisture is helping in spoiling the food, right? Moisture is helping in causing the germs or microorganisms to grow. So during drying, what happens is basically we are taking the moisture out so that we can use the food after some time and for a longer time. For example, your milk powder also. Okay, you have seen that milk powder. Okay, what happens is basically milk is fully dried, right? The moisture present in the milk or the water present in the milk is fully dried so that it becomes in the form of a powder. Okay, that milk powder is used in making sweets, right? Sometimes in sweets, and also you can use it in making tea also, right? Coffees also. So that milk powder can be used for a longer time. So drying means that we are taking the moisture out from the food. Next is salting and pickling. See, what is salting? See, we can see from the word salting, it means that we are supposed to add salt in it, right? See, sometimes what we do is we add salts in the vegetables or fruits so that microorganisms cannot grow on them. Such as, for example, your pickles, right? That is basically your achar, right? What we do in that, we add salts, right, and vegetable oil, right? Why does salt and vegetable is added into it? See, salt stops the growth of the germs. Okay, you must have seen that sometimes on the vegetables there is this white or green color patches come out. That is your basically fungi. And why does it grow? Because there is moisture present in it, right? And salt, what does salt do is basically salt draws out that moisture, it sucks that moisture from the food and preserve it for a longer time. See, it is done in fish, meat also, and in pickling also. Okay, so pickling is basically you are adding salt and vegetable oil simultaneously so that the growth of microbes is stopped. Okay, and you can use it for a longer time. See, you must have seen that you can use pickles for 1 or 2 years, right? It is because salt is added in large amount in it so that it can be used for a longer time. Next is sugaring. See, sugaring. What does that mean? Basically, we are adding sugar in it. See, in some fruits and vegetables, what happens is we first dry those fruits and vegetables and put them in sugar syrup. For example, your jam, right? Your jam and jellies. You must have seen Kisan jam, or your mother sometimes also makes. See, this is your mango season, right? Your mothers, or in some household, what they do is basically they make mango jellies also, or mango jam also. And what they do in that, they specifically add sugar in it, right? And we can use it for a longer time. See, sugar is also helping in preventing the spoiling of food. Okay, so in sugaring, what we do is basically we first dry the fruits and then we add it into a sugar syrup. What is a sugar syrup? Sugar syrup is basically water containing a large amount of sugar. Okay, so in sugaring, we are adding sugar to the fruits and vegetables. For example, your jellies, right, and jams. Okay, so in this topic, what we have discussed, that what is food preservation? Basically, the method by which spoiling of food can be prevented is called food preservation. And what are the methods to prevent spoiling of food is basically your refrigeration, in which the food is frozen, right? In which the food is frozen, right? Second is drying, in which the food is dried out, the moisture is draws out, and the moisture is drawn out, and we can use the vegetables for a longer time, right? And third is your salting and pickling. Salting means that we are adding salt to the fruits and vegetables, and pickling, in pickling we are also adding salt and vegetables so that we can use the vegetables for a longer time. For example, your mango, right? Mango pickle, right? Carrot pickle, cauliflower pickle. See, these vegetables are used for pickling, right? Last one is your sugaring. In sugaring, what we do is basically we add sugar to the fruits and vegetables. Okay, class, this will be all for today. Thank you for listening.